title of this video. Don't join the MEDRUNNERs. Now, I'm like, when I saw this title, I'm like, wow, what's going on here? Shots fired? I don't know. I watched the MEDRUNNERs video. We watched one about 3 weeks ago. We thought it was very good, but we've got a gentleman here who says, don't join the MEDRUNNERs. All right.
All right. Now, this is a video I'd rather not make. However, due to my experience being so poor with this org, I need to say a few things with the intention of this being a public...
because of the affect, because of that English accent, I'm already engaged in listening. If I talked like this, more people would join, more people would subscribe, and I will have a stream where I talk like this all day long.
Services announcement. I know I'm opening myself up to some flack, but I'm making this anyway for the reason I'll go over later.
Right.
I've been a part of player group since I was 13 in multiple games. The experience I had with the MEDRUNNERs was something I don't wish on anyone, and in my opinion, people need to be made aware of what they're like so they can make an informed decision.
Wow.
You're free to make your own decisions. I can only provide my experience and opinions because I wouldn't even recommend this org to my enemies.
I like that. He's telling me that I'm free to make my own decisions. Wow. Mind blown. I wasn't aware of that till now. Thank you, Englishman, with your English accent. I am free to make my own decisions. Pepe, I'm free to make my own decisions, man. No, I'm not. Play the video. You want me to play the video right now? Okay, I will. All right, I can't. All right.
The MEDRUNNERs are a group of people who want to do medical gameplay within Star Citizen. The idea of doing such gameplay with how they advertise themselves is a striking one to many people. Dropping into an alert with the possibility of being shot at and rescuing someone and fighting their way out is an attractive one. When I first heard about them from the Space Tomato interview, I fell in love with the concept and immediately signed up. This, however, was my first mistake, as they were falsely advertising their org, and as soon as people took part in alerts, they'd find out that they spend hours upon hours of waiting around to then hurry to an alert to then be told to RTB because they'd run from every fight or not turn up at all. Not long after joining, I found myself getting frustrated by the higher-ups' attitude. Whenever someone would make a suggestion, which were well thought out, given examples, and for the most part was surgical in their arguments.
Are the MEDRUNNERs like really militant? Are all the MEDRUNNERs standing at like standing in a line at the station waiting for something to happen? Is that it, dude? Oh man. Hey dude, listen, if I need some medical attention, then I know they're ready to go. So like, you know, I don't want a doctor not ready, man. I wish that happened in the real world, man. If I had my doctors, all my surgeons, my nurses, everybody just lined up in a row ready to go, I mean, like I would pay a lot of money if I could afford that. I would be the gold insurance.
It's treated by disdain and contempt. I'm not saying it's bad to challenge ideas and suggestions, but people would be overwhelmed by multiple people with an attitude akin to an old boys club.
Sorry.
The challenges were always based on hypothetical scenarios where they were telling people to gather data so...
I lost it. Sorry, says we were going to pirate them when we saw them, but they never moved. Zinger. Good one, Soriel.
Decisions could be made. Now, this isn't always a bad thing, but the data collection methods are so flawed that they give inaccurate results and therefore should only be used as a guide and not held as gospel. Not only that, but their reasoning for doing this seems to be based on what pirate orgs will or won't do, even though many of the people given suggestions are experienced at PvP and running player orgs themselves, on both sides of the legal system within Star Citizen. My next gripe are their policies regarding in and out game conduct. Members would receive DMs telling them not to do this or that. This would even reach to what people could say in-game when not partaking in org activities.
Some organizations
now,
are going to be like that.
this is unacceptable. MEDRUNNERs do not pay their members, nor do they have the right.
Listen, this is like a glass slipper that ain't fitting them. You know what I mean? Like every organization is going to be run differently, man. Like every organization is going to be. He's just saying, hey, listen, this is what it's about. He's just telling you the nitty gritty of MEDRUNNERs. Is some people are going to like it, some people aren't. I don't think I could fit in that glass slipper.
Right to tell people how to act to that degree. This is a game, not real world employment. This isn't the half of
it. Serious.
Members are encouraged to make complaints at every little thing, which naturally causes members to feel like walking on eggshells. Certain other members have no conflict resolution skills. You can probably guess the age range of the people who make many of these complaints. In theory, it's a good idea. However, in practice, it leads to
Why?
moderation staff giving out warnings
will
like
walk in that
candy because
slipper.
they completely fail to take both sides in consideration, and they gloss over any such context, which would greatly reduce the number of complaints being taken seriously, and thus would result in a lower workload and stress of moderation staff. I understand the need for moderation staff, don't get me wrong, but it needs to be a line drawn somewhere. People are allowed to put in complaints for personal disagreements, and this, in my opinion, is taking advantage of the system and only leads to discontent, frustration, and bigger arguments down the road. Now here's the bigger thing that motivated me to making this video. One of their management staff recently made a post trying to address rumours, which nearly 5,000 people can see. Even going so far as naming myself and 7 other members who left, who funnily enough, were the members who'd spend time making suggestions and trying to improve the quality of life within the org. Making false accusations because you're desperate to keep the org alive because more people are leaving each day and joining is pathetic. They're even losing management staff, and yes, those members were included in the statement. This is the most unprofessional.
All right. Listen, he's not happy. He didn't have a good experience. That doesn't mean somebody won't have a good experience with MedRunners. Perhaps MedRunners need to take a little bit of widow. Perhaps MedRunners need to take a few... some drugs, perhaps loosen up a little bit. Perhaps some widow. I would highly recommend that MedRunners partake in their widow reserves and just, you know, hang loose, have a good time. Maybe one night out of the 7 nights, have a chill night where you're not so authoritarian. You know, relax a little bit, ease into it. You know what I mean? Perhaps it's a little too. But you know what really makes me happy about this? What makes me happy about hearing all this, despite all the static that we're hearing here, is that we're starting to see org drama. Why am I happy about org drama? Because org drama means the game's becoming more a game. You know, like anytime you start to hear these things, this never used to be a thing a year ago. We didn't hear about this too much. Now we're hearing it all the time. There's beef going this way, beef going that way. Whoa, it's a crazy movie. Watch out. Saw it on Pornhub one time. All right, let's get moving.